Hey guys, I'm Devin with Adventures with V's. If you've seen some of our videos, you're, well, probably our family members, because we're just starting to get this taken off here. But most of what we do is fun stuff with the kids, different adventures that we like to go on, camping, that sort of thing. So one of the things we've done in 2019, in addition to buying the truck, getting the rooftop tent, is we've bought one of the Engel 40 quarts so that on our longer trips we can be a little more prepared, take food that's fun for the kids, ice cream, that sort of thing. But with that, we determined that basically we'd have to figure out a way to power it. So I did a whole bunch of research, looked at Jackery and Goal Zero and all the 8,000 other portable battery brands, and basically decided that I wasn't real keen on having those, and instead decided to do an AGM style battery that's more of a dual purpose battery that obviously starts the truck as an upgraded battery for the truck, but then also will run the cooler overnight while we drive and that sort of thing. Basically, so I'm going to unplug it, plug it back in, and do all that mess all the time. We may still eventually end up with something like a Jackery or a Goal Zero, but for right now, this is the route that I chose, or we chose. And basically what we have is an X2Power from Batteries Plus, made by North Star, which is a really well-known brand. This one's the 27F, so for the Gen 3s it's a little bigger than the factory battery. One of the things that confuses a lot of people when they go from the factory battery on these Gen 3s is the size. A lot of people think you have to replace the tie-down strap or the strap that goes across the top because they think this is taller, but that is incorrect. So basically, as you can see, it's longer, but it's not taller. What I did have to do was take the battery tray on mine and just cut the sides off, and now it'll fit in there perfectly fine. Don't have to upgrade or anything like that. A fairly common issue that people do have is these batteries take a higher charge. I think it's 14.6 to 14.9 or something like that. There's a whole big thread on it on Tacoma World that I read up on, and basically these little Tacomas can't charge to that. So I talked to the rep, I think he was in Texas, really knowledgeable guy, and his suggestion was basically to just buy a charger, make sure it's fully charged when we take it on our trips, use it how we need to, and then when I come back, just throw it on a charger for however long it takes. With these AGM style batteries, one of the things that can happen is it can become sulfurized, which is basically where particles stick to the battery because it doesn't get charged correctly or high enough, and then it doesn't hold its capacity like it should, or the battery life is shortened. So he said get a 25 or 20 amp battery charger that is made for AGM, throw it on there, and just go from there. So that is on the way. The charger is on the way. I'll talk about that when it gets here, but I found a really cool option made here in Kansas. They're based out of Lenexa. So I'll talk about that when it gets here, but the one thing I did do was I just hopped on Amazon. There's a whole bunch of different cigarette lighter plugs. Basically, they'll still charge your phone or whatever it is you need to charge, but on top of that, they will also tell you how much juice your battery's pushing out. So basically, aside from having to cut this, that's the only thing I had to modify. I had originally purchased a 31F battery, but decided to go with the 27. This one's just a little bit lighter. It was considerably cheaper, and it still gives me 92 amp hours. So I think it should run the Engel fridge, which is one of the, I won't say better, but uses the least amount of power on the market. They advertise that it uses from, I think, 0.7 to 2.7 max is all the battery power it uses. So this is the X2Power battery, and now we'll get it thrown in there, and hopefully we have good luck with it. able to put a little less pressure on it just by sliding the battery back. Looks like everything's in there. Alright, she starts. Everything's fine. All good.